My friends, we have reached the fifth and the last Sunday of Lent. We are concluding the season of 40 days, which we started last Ash Wednesday, and technically 40 days will end in the eve of Palm Sunday. Now, the Holy Week that will follow is a quiet preparation for the Triduum of Easter that will start the Last Supper, Holy Thursday, Good Friday, the veneration of the cross, and the Easter Vigil, and then Easter Sunday. And so as you can see around, the earth is fully alive and it has fully awakened from winter, and we are entering into the new season of spring. Now, as you have heard, the gospel reading today is a fitting conclusion of the season, of this holy season. That is where we will see the very original teaching of Jesus on forgiveness and renewal and new life. So we will go into the gospel reading and outline the things that we need to understand the message of Jesus. So by way of outline, we will first look at the background of the gospel narrative. What were the surrounding circumstances at that point about the mission of Jesus? Then he was confronted by a problem. A woman caught in adultery was brought to him. We will see Jesus trying now to detect the problem with his enemies. The whole situation was not about the woman. It is Jesus' enemies trying to entrap him, trying to corner him, to find something that they can accuse him of. Now, to understand the situation and how Jesus will handle this, we will need the help of the science of logic. You know, it's one of the courses in philosophy, and the final chapter of the course in logic is about false argumentation. One of them is what you call a dilemma. You know what is a dilemma? We will analyze what a dilemma is, what are the factors and elements involved in a dilemma, how to handle the trick of a dilemma, and we will see how Jesus has applied this. You know, his enemies are no match with his superior mind. Here we will see the superior mind of Jesus, displaying mercy by using the inevitable force of logic. And we will see how he applied this. And then we will the consequence of that, and then we'll focus on forgiveness and its relevance, and then connect it to the experience in the parish. That is how we will look into the message of the gospel. So, at this point now, Jesus is about to conclude his public ministry, and he was 33 already, 3 years of public ministry. And at this point, we are closing to Passion Sunday. So his enemies, the friction is now getting hotter. And they're trying to go after him, observing everything that he does, so that they can find something to catch him and to arrest him. And so, this woman, poor girl, was the tool that they got to entrap Jesus. You know, a little girl, an innocent girl, with a misdemeanor, tried to be used by these enemies. They brought her there, and they presented her to Jesus. And so, this is the dilemma. There is the law of Moses, and Jesus preaching mercy. If Jesus, so they told him, well, this woman committed sin. Moses prescribed that she should be stoned publicly. I was thinking, why only the woman? How about the man? They were caught together. So that's a very unequal society. Now, she should be stoned according to the law of Moses. And then, so if Jesus says he should, a dilemma is a very subtle argumentation. The first thing you should do is to really dissect it and analyze it. The situation is very tricky, but there are really two things involved here. First, that she should be stoned. If Jesus says she should be stoned according to the law, then he is contradicting his teaching on mercy and forgiveness, because, he taught forgiveness. But if Jesus says she will not be stoned, he will be in trouble with the law, because the law says she should be. Those are the two factors in a dilemma. It's it's a disjunctive proposition with no way out. Either way, you are cornered. So, what is in logic? What is the best way to shatter a dilemma? What is the best way to destroy that wrong argumentation? Well, the first thing you should already know of the motive of these people. They were malicious. So the first thing to shatter what to do with the dilemma is go ad personam. Attack the person trying to entrap you. Disregard the argumentation. Go to the person. Attack the person who is trying to corner you. And that is exactly what Jesus did. So what did he do? He stooped to the ground and he wrote something. Can you guess what he wrote? He wrote something there. In the ground, with all those people holding stones already, he stooped to the ground with his fingers. He wrote something. And then when they saw on the ground, they were all surprised. What did he write? The names of the people around, including starting with the elders and the more prominent people, and then a dash, and the secret sins that they did, which they thought nobody knew, but God knows everything. So what did he write? For example, a 40-year-old loud Jewish woman named Susanna shoplifting in Walmart. It's there. It's there on the ground. God saw her. It's there on the ground. Or Festus, a tax collector, stealing at the rural bank of Galilee. It's there on the ground. Or Optimus, the Pharisee, in a motel with somebody, not the spouse, in the corner of Vine and Rose Street, fronting the hardware of Jerusalem. It's there on the ground. All their names were there with the corresponding sins that they thought they did in secret, worse than this girl. So when they saw their names. Jesus looked around and then he started stooping again and wrote some more. And then they left their stones. And they started walking away. Jesus said, "He who has no sin, cast the first stone." God knows everything you did. It's here. Worse than this girl. And Jesus said, "Hey, woman, is there anybody left to accuse you?" Said, "Lord, they're all gone. They all left." Jesus said, "Miss, next time, please be careful. Okay? Stop going to Orange Blossom Trail. Because next time, I'm not there to save you." Okay? She was forgiven. Look at the brilliant mind of Jesus, shattering the dilemma. No match with the mind of his enemies. The gift of forgiveness concludes the season of Lent. It is the time when God gives the earth another chance, and that is also offered to all of us as a gift. Of course, forgiveness is not easy. There are people who say, "Oh, I cannot, because that person he doesn't deserve it." That is why it is a gift. When you receive something that you work for, it is a pay. But when you receive something that you do not deserve, it's a gift. God gives the earth another chance. It's a gift from God. Look at our surroundings. The earth is alive again. Renewal, new birth. That is the meaning of the season, holy season of Lent. And this could only be possible if forgiveness really happens in our lives. You know, in a world faced with violence and heartlessness, forgiveness is the most original teaching of Jesus. There was a Hindu woman who was a beauty queen and an actress. She was a very devout Hindu. And in an interview, why she became a Catholic, and this is what she said. You know, in Hindu religion, they believe in karma. Everything that you do, reincarnations, and everything evil that you experience, illness, pain, suffering, is a payment for what you did in the past. You know, that you're paying for the evil you did in the past. She was searching, you know. She got sick, very ill. She was searching for an answer to this, to remove this enslavement of the past. She tried all religions. She found it in Jesus, the most original teaching, that you can really be free again. Life could change again. You can start again. Look at the earth, starting again, alive. That you are really free from the shackles of the past. That you are forgiven because we have a loving, compassionate God. And you are not enslaved again by the past. You can start. That is the very meaning of the season of Lent.